When I get into ag, farming, I think the way I explain it generally now is California ag is going through the fifth biggest transition in their history.
Wow.
First one happened in 1950s, around when we took the California from Spanish, right, around that time. The second one was when we found it in California. There's a gold.
Yeah.
The gold rush came
rush.
in.
Yeah.
Then the land was used for something else. The water was used for something else. Gold mining. Then once the court intervened for all the environmental issues, they stopped the gold mining. That was the third transition when basically the ag started in California on an industrial scale. Right? Still, it was still a family farming, but the acreage expanded a lot after that. Then the fourth biggest transition happened in 1920s when we put when we found it how to drill a well in the ground, right?
Okay.
So, and then all the irrigation work went with it. The canals, the rivers attached to all the parcels, especially in the San Joaquin Valley. That time so much investment went into the land, and it was a Great Depression, remember?
Yeah.
That time, right? But still, one of the biggest project in the world happened in the Great Depression. That was the State Water Project, right? Oh, Central Valley Project, sorry. And so with that, what happened was that the agriculture just expanded to new limits, right? Before we used to do the ag only along the rivers. And after 1920s, it went everywhere.
Wow.
You can do farming anywhere, right?
Yeah, that changed definitely a lot then.
So in next 100 years, yes, engineering changed so many things. We brought drip, we brought more efficient pumps and everything. All those I think are the gradual improvements which we generally get it. Now is the fifth biggest transition. California ag land never depreciated in the history, except in last 5 years.
Okay.
Yeah. That is all due to the water regulations
I see.
came into the play.
So has it been, the regulations probably have been a lot these last 5-6 years, huh?
Yes, so the law was passed in 2014, and first 6 years, most of the people didn't know what was happening. In 2020, they started implementing it.
I see.
So it's a full-scale chaos now in the ag world, right?
Wow.
So that's the word we need to, I think, tell our listeners. It's a full chaos.
Wow.
When there is that much chaos, that brings so many opportunities too.
Yeah. I mean, that's what they say.
Yeah.
Out of chaos is when people are made.
Yep.
If they, take the right opportunity.
I think Great Depression made the most amount of millionaires.
Yeah.
And they always say when people are running out, you run in.
Yeah.
So, wow, this sounds exciting. You just gave me a history lesson.
Yeah. That's why
really-
they're the ag expert.
Wow.
That's right. I liked reading about history, and when I went to the farming, I didn't want to do a regular farming. Like maybe that came from my engineering world when I was doing something for Amazon, right, or the other organizations. My job was to fix the problem.
I see.
Right, that was my role, kind of. So I brought that skill set to the farming, and I was thinking, okay, this is wrong. How did this thing started?
Yeah.
Then you start digging into deep. You want to know the water regulations, the other regulations around it, who's doing what. That's how I started. Then of course, I get involved in the Punjabi American Growers Group. It's a non-profit. I want to mention that. The current president of the organization.
Yeah.
Then I start going to the farms, talking to different people. What are their issues, right? Last 6-7 years I spent on road, gave us enough information about the farming, how it's working now.
I see.
Right.
Yeah.
That is a more important thing. One of the biggest issue we are facing now. We have two kind of experts. One, people who know how to grow in the farms. The other are sitting in the office and they are trying to help the farmers, but they're expecting the farmers come to them. They never went to the farms.
Oh.
There's a big gap.
Okay.
That's a bridge we need to
We need to fill.
Yeah.
fill.
Well, that's why we're here.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's why we're here.